This is the Kangablue tiny house at the Tiny House Caravan Hotel. And before we go in, I want to show you outside. It has a porch with a cute little bench. And this porch looks like it is not a fold-up porch, but a stationary porch with a few steps, a plant, a big window at the front. Up the top, well actually right here they've got a cute little spiral spinny thing in the wind. Up at the top they got a window and other cute decor around here. And your front door and even a planter box attached. So when you walk in, you got a normal door for your entry. And behind the door there is some hanging hooks. And that's where you come inside, and it feels quite spacious when you first enter. Really pretty art on the walls. Some Australian kangaroo touches there because Kangablue was built by an Australian builder. So you can see there's a cute little couch there. Looks like it could seat 2 people. Or you could have made that into a futon. There's so much floor space here. You really could have done anything that you wanted in that space. Just normal window on that side, and behind there with the door closed, we can see that hanging space they've got. And you could curtain up all that so you can make this a dark space. And there is a storage loft over us, and ladder space there. You see there's a rack. You could hang the ladder up if you didn't want it out in the room. There's a shelf over here for some more storage. But there's tons of open space in this one where they're not using anything. You got a full sitting area there. Not sure, maybe that's the heater or air conditioner, but I guess it's the heater. Kitchen area is fairly spacious. There's some storage space underneath with a cabinetry. There's a hot plate, some food storage. The overall depth of the counter is shorter than most, and there is a very tiny sink with the running water, soaps, and double hot plate in this one. Some of their other places only have a single hot plate. A little bit of recessed lighting at the top. Well, not recessed, but like little pot lighting. And you do have the microwave here. You have a mini fridge. There is some extra gap space not being used underneath that. Could have been a drawer. There is behind here unused shelf space with the electric panel. The other side is towels and more electrical and water work. And that one's a little harder. This is where you've got just a simple board laid there for a shelf around the sink pipe work, trashes and cleaning supplies, and the actual cookery. And the bathroom, that one of course has a pocket door, which looks like this and slides very easily with one hand. Nothing special on that pocket door. Nice art though. So inside the bathroom, again, they don't have a sink in this one, but they have the toilet. A little bit of storage on the shelf above the toilet, or on the wall above the toilet. A little bit of a mirror there. Really tall, skinny window, which adds some nice light. Nice toilet paper holder they had in the other place. And this shower is a little different than their other ones. Is an actual full shower unit, enclosed shower unit. And so they don't have to have that shelf they have in their other ones. They actually have space for their shampoo storage. And it has like a curved effect in the back. So this one looks slightly, I guess it's about the same distance as their other ones. It's just that feels a little more spacious because it's white and curved and fully enclosed, so it's a 1-unit piece. Looks like they've got an interesting setup here with, I'm guessing, a fan on a timer. I don't want to turn it on and find out though. So I'll turn off their light. Come out of here. I like how they've done the table. This feels more spacious because all they did was put a piece of glass on top of that table situation. So that makes this whole area feel more airy because it's just a piece of glass on top so you can see through it. This ladder is interesting because it has 3 positions it could be in. It could either be hanging on that hook, and then it's also got 2 different hook situations. So right now it's on the more leaning situation, where you can see here just a groove, a metal groove. So this hook on top makes it more leaning, but if you hook it on the one on the bottom, it makes it more upright. I'm not sure why you would want the 2 different situations, especially since this hook only has enough gap here for my finger, which means it could only be here, whereas this hook is more rounded to fit over this bar. So I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, you get more of a angle to climb up, and it is cute up here. This one has plenty of headroom, so I'll climb up all the way. This looks like, I'm not sure, a queen bed, but I'm gonna have to put the phone down to climb the last bit. And there is at least space in this one to kneel around the bed. And now I'm sitting up. There is headroom. I'm sitting up at about this level here, and I'm sitting on the floor, and my head is just hitting it a little bit. Let's turn around and see. Head is hitting, but there's tons of room if I wanted to be in the middle. So 2 people could sit upright in bed in this one on both sides. Looks like they have their classic jar of earplugs in the corner. There's tons of space on both sides and around the front to kneel around it or put storage along the sides. This one has no like aeration underneath, but it's a foam mattress, so I guess it doesn't need any. It just sits right directly on the wood. And here's a view of the other end of the house from the loft. So you can see there's lots of storage space. You could have a whole nother bed over there on that side, and you could also have a whole bed down there. Tons of space between my foot and that wall. You could have a whole nother full-size bed just right there. Regular size chair there as well. So to go down this ladder, and this ladder, of course, because it's this track, you could put the ladder anywhere along this whole side, but to get it out of the way the most, I think you would have it here against this wall, so that it's just behind that dining table set. Let's see. It is the same kind of ladder they've got in the other places. It doesn't feel as steep as the other ones, though. You can see there's gapped space from this angle. It's not as steep. So this one, I guess, this one is enough, I guess, if you wanted to. You could climb down this way, and it wouldn't be too bad if you had both hands. There's actually distance between the steps to do it. But I am holding the phone, so I'm going to try to put the phone down somewhere interesting and turn myself around. Also on this track, the ladder doesn't move. On the other ones where you're just hanging it over like over a rod, the ladder moves, but there's no jiggle room in here. If I'm trying to move the ladder, it doesn't jiggle. I like the stability. Much better design. And see, I like that glass table. So, let's see how heavy is this ladder for one hand. Really easy. See, I could put it on the second rung. Let's see, second rung? It was that way when I got in. Second rung would be like that. It's more steep, but there's so much room in this house, you wouldn't need to make it like that. Let's see how easy would it be with one hand to lift it. I don't know if I can lift it up that high. Look. Oh, see? It's light enough to hang it up with one hand. Awesome. So that's how it would look in its full upright position, stored away. And that is this whole tiny house. This one is really wide. I'm not sure if this is their wide one. They have one that's extra wide, but this feels like this might be their wide one that is more handicap accessible. So, nice design. And that will be it for this one.